Hey, soul family, how y'all doing? Checking in with y'all on this Saturday night. And sorry it's been a minute, but I want to keep y'all abreast on what's going on in the planet sphere. So it'll be a few of these. This is the first one where I want to talk to you guys about Mars in retrograde. Is retrograding in Leo and Cancer right now. Okay. So Mars started the retrograde in Leo and Cancer yesterday, December 6th. 2024, and it is gonna last until February 23rd of 2025. So that's why I wanted to talk to you guys about this retrograde. So let's get into it. Mars, when it retrogrades, it occurs every 24 to 26 months, okay? And for us, it's happening right now. And during this time, when Mars retrogrades, it appears to be moving backwards, compared to the Earth, all right? So basically, it's just where a planet appears to reverse course, all right? And in its motion across the sky against the background of the stars, all right? This retrograde will gonna last us about 11 weeks, okay? So let's talk about Mars. Mars is the planet of action, aggression, and it's also the planet of war and bloodshed, okay? It is the zodiac ruler of Aries and the traditional and ancient ruler of Scorpio, depending on how you practice, your astrology, as well as it's exalted in Capricorn, all right? So, in your astrology chart is where you take action. It's what drives you. And Mars is, like I said, anger is when you with the shits. Okay. So it's the energy where you can really, really disrupt and flip the table. All right. But it's also your sex drive. All right. And what turns you on. That's Mars energy. All right. So when it's when it gets associated with all of those things, that's what we know Mars to be. But when it retrogrades, it's the opposite. So, in the energy of what we take in action, we may be feeling a little stagnated in the energy, just how we deal with our day-to-day routines and how we deal with our aspirations and even our goals. We might just be feeling like a little slow on how we igniting our fires on a day to day. Just kind of taking extra effort for us to get up and get things done. And even your libido could be a little slowed down at this time. So, just the energy of just not really feeling up to doing all the things. But, another thing about this energy too is going to be knowing when to turn down is going to be key. So it's kind of like an up and down energy space. And it's just got this time is very, very important for you guys to take, self-care. One thing we don't do is take care of our own selves, because I know everybody's always taking care of everybody else, but you got to take care of you. So during this energy space, let that be a challenge too, that you work on taking care of you at this time too. All right. Self-care is gonna be key. With because like I said, this year everybody, I think safe to say, it's been a hell of a year. We done had highs, lows, in between. So with this retrograde of Mars and Leo energy space, it's gonna be about conflicts, how they come back, they're gonna be coming back around, let me explain. Mercury, which we almost finished with Mercury retrograde, it'll be over on the 15th of December coming up. And remember, that's about the past returning and, communication issues. But this is about your arguments and conflicts coming back around, things that you might didn't address a little while ago is going to come back around again. Situations where maybe you didn't speak up for yourself, or you didn't speak on it, and it's going to come back. So the success in it is going to be how you deal with it, how you address it. Okay. So maybe use this time for reflection and introspection, and for some of you guys with these kind of things coming up, you're going to be walking away, from some of this too, just completely walking away and just letting things go. But just remember, how you deal with it is where the success lies. And that's where you will gain wisdom, and you're going to start to see self-knowledge coming in with that introspection, and reflection that you take time out to do. All right. So Mars leaves Leo and it heads into the zodiac sign of Cancer. And that is going to be at the top of the year. And he'll be there on January 6th is when that will start. And Cancer is ruled by the moon. So this is where it leaves out of Leo with the fiery aggression and energy and goes into the emotional state, which the emotions going to be riding at an all-time high because that's what Cancer is all about. So it's going to be, what are your emotions, around your anger and what drives you? That's going to be the thing with the Cancer energy. All right. So another thing about when Mars enters Cancer is, I like to say, the parental signs, which is Cancer, the mother, and Leo is the father. So some of you guys, we'll kind of be, as a collective, kind of dealing with how we dealt with anger in our childhood, and that could be coming back around in certain instances and conflicts going forward in our adult space. Those kind of situations will be playing out, and it'll be how we want to work through healing those things. Because when some of us were younger, it's all about where we taught to be able to speak out and express what pissed us off, or were we taught to suppress it? Which one is it? So it's going to be a time where we work on using the tools and the things to get through that energy and heal through it. Okay, so just know that this is, you're going to see the conflicts happening, and it's not a time to dodge them or avoid the arguments, but it's just about how we react and how we going to air out our frustrations. How we going to handle it is going to be the success and win in this instance. Okay, so the tantrums, some of us can be passive aggressive, silent treatment. Some of us just like the plain old fight. But this is a time where when these things come around, it's going to be how we handle them. All right, and us being able to work through them is where the success is going to lie. Okay, because it is better ways for us to communicate and just addressing our feelings and our actions. So it's going to be us actually doing that, doing the work, and let, what I say, do a positive way in how we deal with it. Okay, another thing too, as we go towards the top of the year, which it'll be January 6th, with it being in retrograde, it may just be a little tougher for y'all with cleaning and housekeeping and even caretaking, but that's okay. Give yourself grace, because you'll get back right in gear with it. It just might be the energy for the moment, but you'll get right back in. Because at the top of the year is when the New Year's energy, you want to get things going in alignment and all that good stuff. Okay, but you'll get right back to it, so don't worry. And another thing I wanted to say too is to just make sure, when you even with these conflicts and arguments that we'll be up against, please, please, please give yourself grace. All right, and also continue to work through the healing portion on what we can do on how we react better when we deal with the conflicts and arguments. Okay, and a few things I want to say real quick, that'll help you through the things through this retrograde, would just be to just learn through it, learn through your conflicts and resolution, taking accountability and working on repairing these things. Another thing would just be quickly to pause, take deep breaths when you're frustrated, in conflicts, and even when you're dealing with competitive issues. All right. Another one is to meditate and connect with your meditation practices. All right, and all the ways that you work through your anger. Another one is to choose your battles wisely. And another thing would just check your boundaries. Do you have them, or do you need them? Ask yourself that. All right, because through this retrograde, it's really just pushing us all into self-reflection, challenges, and growth. So I like to pull cards, and I hope I got enough time, but you guys got attitude. And I got the hip hop queen's attitude, Foxy Brown. Again, it's how you deal with your partnerships, with the Three of Pentacles, relationships, family. All right, you guys will experience great shifts at this time: personal growth, spiritual development, and manifesting your goals and oneness, connection, and contemplation. All right, and another thing, when you answer with good energy, you guys are going to experience increasing wealth in your spiritual growth. All right, and exciting events are ahead, and protected from negative forces beyond your control, and money will be coming to you. Journal prompt: what can I do today that I wasn't able to do last year? Ask yourself that. All right. Peace and love. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay.